what's this called here? From Chief Settle, Evan. I got to copy it for the title of the video on YouTube because it was the mark of the end of the summer of 2022. Oh, yeah, yeah, the cycling one. Doesn't mean the end of cycling. People are still cycling. All different kinds of cycling. I have an e-bike. Other people have bikes, traditional bicycles, assisted, the pedal assist with the electric motor. You got ones where you can fully use the motor and whatnot for your e-bike. Ones that are almost like motorcycles, pretty much almost like motorcycles. There's all different kinds of cycles. I had a great time cycling over the summer of 2022. It was my first year back cycling. I can't go on a bicycle or whatever, but I have my e-bike with the big seat and all that. Yeah, you've never seen a guy go to jail and the charges be false, eh? Well, it happens. Then I'd be your first person. I'd be your very first, eh? Because it sounds like it's something that's never happened in your whole life. So I must be the very first person that you had false charges on, that the charges got dropped, eh? Well, it happens. It happens. And very much so did I enjoy bicycling or whatever during the summer period and all that. But even though I was falsely arrested and my charges got dropped and all that, I'm still a big fan of the police, always was. When I did get arrested that one time, in my mind, they were saving me because the guy that said he was the victim wasn't the victim. I was the victim. And I knew that, and I knew I would be able to prove that in court that I was the victim. And I did, and the charges were dropped. And now I'm back cycling and all that. So thanks to the police, they got me away from that guy. His name was Phil Thompson. He was killing people in Teeswater. I witnessed them shoot 3 people in the head that went to the fair because they were in one of my videos. All that. The FBI and the government even got involved. There was some crazy killer guy that came from a different time. He tried to ruin my whole life just because he knew I was this famous guy. He thought he was going to like try to mess up my whole life or whatever. But no, that's not how it works. It's about who actually does something wrong. I was following the law, and there was just this jealous guy named Phil Thompson. He thought he came up with every single plan. He put sugar in my gas tank. He hurt people to try to make it look like my stuff hurt people and all that. Did all this kind of. I never even met this guy one day in my life. He had these fake rentals on Kijiji. They're since been shut down. Kijiji doesn't allow him anymore. He was named Phil Thompson. He's still out there. The police haven't arrested him or nothing. I've testified that I can witness to multiple murders. He even shot a police officer one time. When I was there, I was only there for 6 months in Teeswater. They don't even have a grocery store down there. It's real scary. But I've since been back for 2 years, and well, actually, I beat the case a long time ago, over 5 or 6 years ago. But yeah, every once in a while you hear about it when you're dealing with the police. And I am fans. I seen them. It was the end of the year for the cycling. But no, they saved me right in town. I was going to be the next victim. He had already offed a couple people, and I witnessed it. And then I was trying to run away, but I wasn't super duper rich. I did first and last on a new place that was also advertised on Kijiji. So I thought, okay, I'm going to move in the same town, but to a different place. No, he was breaking in, coming in to kill me in those places too. So I realized, oh, I better get out of town all the way up together, because if you're anywhere in this whole town, it doesn't matter who you're renting from. If it doesn't matter who you're renting from, you got to do your first and last or whatever. So all that. So I did my first and last on a new place, but the guy was still following me. And I even gave him $10,000 to pay for any damages. $10,000. And he still was robbing me to kill me for my all my stuff, my possessions, and my dignity, and my all my life or whatever. Anyways, they've got him off Kijiji so far, but they may put him on it again. He's Teeswater, so be careful at Teeswater. And also be careful of going down to the fair and all that. This is all sworn testimony seen in the courts here in Ontario of why I got my charges dropped. Um, yeah, be careful of that Teeswater. They advertise apartments over there, but they're known to. It's a really bad area here in Ontario. No, that's the area everybody's talking about. That's bad here in Ontario, and we're trying to fix it. Yeah, so everywhere else in Ontario is doing great. They've changed their leaderships and all that. We've seen a new mayor in Toronto. We've seen a new mayor. We've seen that great mayor out of London. But no, that's my sworn testimony. And then there is that guy out in Brampton that's a similar. He's into the Morto, the business. That basically means these guys do killing for business and robberies and all that. So I've encountered a couple of those big time mafia bosses here in Ontario, and my videos are the only thing I can do to try to warn the public and have the police arrest those folks and all that. They're doing the bad things and all that. Other than that, everybody's living a pretty normal, good life here in Ontario and all that. It's the end of the summer. It's going into fall. Well, it is fall 2022. Lots of new clothes to get for fall 2022. Yeah, that guy even threatens Port Elgin and all that because we have a McDonald's and a Wendy's and a this and that, and they don't down there in Teeswater. That's scary. So we got to watch him. The police got to watch him. Keep a good eye for. Well, no, you know what? Not just him specifically, but any sort of out of towners that may have residences out elsewhere that are maybe 50 miles south or something or the other. You encounter some people sometimes that'll come to town and take advantage of town and what or take advantage of the city. Well, it's more than a town; it's a city. Sometimes the townships, the ones that are in the small towns, the really small towns, when they come north to a city that has a Walmart and stuff like that, they are known to act out and take advantage of the city and whatnot. So you got to especially watch, because I've seen the worst of the worst happen. Sometimes they'll assault. There's assaults that could happen. They run back to their own town, really, and you can't get them. You can't get them because they just come into the city, ravage it, and then they go back to their own town. You got to watch those kind of ones. They're known to do that. If you can get them while they're not at their own town, at their own house and all that, it'll be a substantial arrest, because that person usually could run to their own house where their hunting rifle is, where their this and that is. But if you can stop them right here in the city before they run back, even worse with these ones like a Phil Thompson, if you could get him when he's on the way to a Walmart and stuff like that, you would significantly. It would be a. It would be a very. See, you would be a really smart police and all that. We're looking for really smart police and all that could get the criminals when they're out of their element. They're usually in Teeswater, hidden in their houses with these rifles and whatnot. And then sometimes they do go up to a Walmart or somewhere on the highway. You get them there or whatever, and you arrest them. And boom, bada bing, you've significantly increased your police power. You've got somebody that they can actually convict. That's how they do it in the United States. And they seize the house, they seize the car, they seize everything that was seen as criminal proceeds. To any of these robbery rentals where they are killing people and paying their mortgage, all that could get them complete under the RICO and all that, RICO Act. Once they're seen as that kind of illegal criminal organization, you can seize everything. What a big seizure for the police and all that. That's what they do, the sheriffs, and they're living real good. I've seen it. They have the nice cars and everything. They got nice houses, money. They got everything they wanted because they actually do what the law says. There's a bad guy that violated this. Yeah, they get him by any means. Oh, they know he's going to Walmart. They get on his ass. He doesn't have his semi-automatic rifle. He's just got his little pistol with him. Get him. You know what I mean? And then you got him. And then you can seize this big mansion with all his everythings, and boom, you got the whole organization. It's that easy. Stop acting like it's so hard. Anyways.